He could leap, dive, and stop shots that seemed destined for the back of the net. The responsibility of saving his team often rested entirely on his shoulders, a burden he carried with unwavering precision. And like every legendary hero, he would wear a mask. But even heroes have an origin story. For Petr Cech, the quiet giant who became Chelsea's masked guardian, his journey didn't begin with glory or triumph. It began with a collision, one that nearly cost him his life and forever altered the course of his career. This is the story of the Superkeeper and the game that turned him into the man behind the mask. Cech rose to worldwide fame during his years at Chelsea, but his path started much earlier. In his homeland of the Czech Republic, he played for Viktoria Plzeň, Chmel Bolšany, and Sparta Prague. He then moved to France, spending 2 seasons with Rennes until 2004. During this time, he was just a regular young man, albeit an extraordinarily talented goalkeeper. Chelsea saw his potential and snapped him up in 2004 when he was only 22. They paid $7 million, a record fee for a goalkeeper in Chelsea's history at the time. Despite his youth and the presence of the experienced Carlo Cudicini, Cech immediately claimed the starting spot under Jose Mourinho. He marked his debut with a clean sheet against Manchester United, the perfect introduction to English football. From December 2004 to March 2005, he went an incredible 1,025 minutes without conceding a goal, setting a Premier League record. By the end of his debut season, he had won the Premier League Golden Glove, keeping 24 clean sheets. It was a remarkable beginning, and everyone could see that Cech was destined to dominate the goalkeeping stage. But just as his star was rising, danger struck. On October 14, 2006, a shocking incident in a Premier League match almost ended Cech's career. It happened during a clash between Reading and Chelsea at the Madejski Stadium. Chelsea entered the game as reigning champions, but Reading were unbeaten at home, promising a fierce contest. What no one expected was how dramatically the game would shift, almost immediately. If you had arrived even a minute late, you would have missed the defining moment. Less than 20 seconds in, the match took a terrifying turn. Cech sprinted out to claim the ball at the edge of his penalty area and collided with Stephen Hunt, a Reading midfielder making his Premier League debut that day. At first, it looked like a routine collision, but the replay revealed the severity. Hunt's knee had struck Cech squarely in the head. The impact was brutal. Medics rushed onto the pitch without hesitation. After several tense minutes, we saw Cech crawl on all fours toward the touchline, only to collapse again under medical supervision. Within roughly 4 minutes, it became clear he couldn't continue. Strapped carefully onto a stretcher, he was carried off, while Carlo Cudicini prepared to step in between the posts. And all of this had unfolded within the first 5 minutes of the match. Little did anyone realize, Cech wouldn't be the only player leaving this game unconscious on a stretcher. We'll get to that later. For now, the match continued with Cudicini in goal. The first half was tense and tightly contested, with neither team able to gain a clear advantage. Just before halftime, Chelsea won a free kick. Frank Lampard stepped up and struck the ball, which took a deflection off a Chelsea teammate, then off Reading's Ivar Ingimarsson, and finally found the back of the net. It wasn't a goal of beauty, but it gave Chelsea the lead heading into the break. You might think Cech's terrifying injury was enough drama for one match, or even an entire season, but the second half had far more chaos in store. By the end, Chelsea would finish the game with just 9 men on the pitch. How did it come to that? 17 minutes into the second half, John Obi Mikel, making his Premier League debut, was shown a second yellow card for pulling back an opponent. The Nigerian midfielder protested, and Didier Drogba, along with his teammates, had to restrain him. Suddenly, Reading held the numerical advantage, even though they were a goal behind. But the madness didn't stop there. In the 83rd minute, Reading's Andre Biki received a second yellow card for bringing Drogba down outside the box, and he too was sent off. You might assume the game would end with both teams at 10 men, but you'd be mistaken. With Chelsea leading 1-0 and the match entering its final moments, Reading launched a desperate push for an equalizer. They won a late corner, and their goalkeeper surged into the Chelsea penalty area. It was all or nothing. The box was crowded as the corner came in, and in the chaos, Cudicini was knocked unconscious while trying to punch the ball clear. The referee paused for a few tense seconds to assess the situation, and in that brief window, Reading tried to capitalize. But Drogba was perfectly positioned to make a vital goal line clearance. Once the referee realized what had happened to Chelsea's goalkeeper, the game was immediately stopped so medics could attend to Cudicini. After an assessment, It became clear he could not continue and had to be stretchered off. Both of Chelsea's goalkeepers knocked unconscious in the same match. It was an unprecedented situation, an experience the club had never faced before. Chelsea were navigating completely uncharted territory. Just when it seemed the chaos couldn't get any worse, Chelsea had already used all their substitutions. That meant there was no backup goalkeeper left. An outfield player would have to step in between the posts. Enter Captain John Terry. The defender donned the gloves and took on the goalkeeping duties for the remainder of the match. Unbelievable, right? Remember, Mikel had already been sent off, and with Cudicini stretchered off and no replacement available, Chelsea ended the game with just 9 men and a defender standing as goalkeeper. These were hardly the conditions any team would choose to finish a Premier League match. Yet, against all odds, Chelsea held firm. They preserved their clean sheet and secured all 3 points, ending Reading's unbeaten home streak. But as the fans celebrated this improbable victory, their attention turned to the man who had nearly left them heartbroken. At first, Cech's injury looked like a routine head knock, but after the match, doctors revealed the chilling truth. Petr Cech had come dangerously close to losing his life in that collision. He had suffered a depressed skull fracture and required emergency surgery. He remained in the hospital for 10 days before finally returning home. In the weeks that followed, the football world debated goalkeeper safety, arguing that players between the posts needed far more protection than they were receiving. Cech himself later shared his harrowing experience. He couldn't remember much of what happened, struggled to answer basic questions, and kept slipping in and out of consciousness.
The honest thing is that I kept losing memory. So basically,
those words alone reveal just how terrifying the injury truly was. The aftermath kept Cech sidelined for 3 months. He didn't play again until January 2007, returning in a Premier League match against Liverpool. And when he did, it was clear. We were witnessing a transformed man. He now wore a protective headguard, giving him the appearance of a rugby player, a mask he would wear every time he stepped onto the pitch for the rest of his career. Everyone already knew Petr Cech was an elite goalkeeper, but with that iconic mask, he became something more, a symbol of resilience, determination, and unshakable focus. Even better, it almost seemed like the mask gave him extra powers. He first wore it in 2007, and that very year, he helped Chelsea claim a domestic double, the League Cup and the FA Cup. In the FA Cup final, Cech kept a clean sheet for the full 120 minutes against Manchester United, becoming the first goalkeeper to finish a competitive game at the new Wembley Stadium without conceding a goal. The following year, he helped Chelsea reach the UEFA Champions League final for the very first time in the club's history. In that match against Manchester United, he even saved a penalty from Cristiano Ronaldo. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to secure the trophy, as John Terry and Nicolas Anelka missed decisive penalties in the shootout. But 4 years later, the hero returned to complete what he had started. Chelsea reached another Champions League final, and this time Cech was the fans' man of the match. On Bayern Munich's home ground, he saved a crucial penalty from Arjen Robben in extra time. Any slip could have cost Chelsea the trophy. Then, in the shootout, he saved 2 more penalties, helping the Blues secure their first ever UEFA Champions League title and making them the first, and so far only, London club to achieve that feat. That day, with his iconic mask on, Cech cemented his place as a Chelsea legend. The Superkeeper would go on to finish his career with a staggering list of records. Most clean sheets in Premier League history. Fewest games needed to reach 100 clean sheets in the Premier League. Most clean sheets in a single Premier League season. Most Premier League Golden Gloves. The only player to win the Premier League Golden Glove with 2 different clubs, Chelsea and Arsenal. So when I call him the Superkeeper, know that it's a title he earned fair and square. He now sits in the Premier League Hall of Fame, forever enshrined as one of the greatest goalkeepers the league has ever seen. If you started watching football in the mid-2000s, you probably only ever saw Cech playing with his mask. It even feels strange to imagine him without it. But very few knew the story behind why he began wearing it in the first place. Like Peter Parker, what could have ended his life became his origin story. The bite from a radioactive spider turned Peter Parker into Spider-Man, while the blow to the head from Stephen Hunt turned Petr Cech into the Superkeeper. And of course, both heroes needed a mask to perform their extraordinary duties. For more football stories, don't forget to like and subscribe.